Today on Must Play, we're back in the Valley, but this time at a resort course. We're talking about Camelback Ambiente, which is part of the JW Marriott in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm Sean Massey. With me, as always, is TJ Van Gutten. Our guest this week is a total vibe out on the course: flowing hair, strong mustache, silky swing. Please welcome to the pod for the first time, Austin Rezzonico, who you may know better as Senor Rez on Instagram. Rez, thanks for joining us, brother.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Is everything I said is true from what I can tell? TJ, you got to play with him recently. Is the swing look as good in person?
I've never seen anyone so beautifully play you might call it a cut, but it's definitely a slice off the tee. But he knows exactly where it's going to go. It's not like, hey, sometimes it's a 10-yard slice and hey, sometimes it's a 40-yard slice. Like, it is a very predictable shot shape that the man knows how to work because he's a great golfer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that statement, Russ?
100% not a slice. That is a cut, high fade, whatever you want to call it. But a slice is a ball that goes out of bounds.
There you go.
Fair.
I control my slice, as TJ puts it.
What's your move when the hole goes the other way, though? Do you have a straight ball?
You know, I could play. I feel like I've gotten to the point to where I can hit the straight ball. I can even play a draw. Sometimes they get overcooked. You know.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it Lee Trevino that said you can talk to a fade, you cannot talk to a draw?
Yeah.
But when I get a hold of a draw, I feel like I hit it a good 30 to 50 yards further than. And we're talking with the big stick, right? Yeah, I can hit a monster draw with the driver. That's not to say it might go a little bit too far left, but I feel like I can play him when I need to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Congrats, by the way, on your call it recent modeling with Devereaux.
Thank you.
I'll confidently say you're pulling it off. You're making it look easy, but how was the actual shoot?
Oh man, super fun. Those guys are great. They make it easy, you know. High vibes every photo shoot that we do. They're very what's the word? They definitely help encourage me and let me know that, you know, I'm doing great. You're a natural, this and that, and I'm just standing up there like a dingus. And apparently, it comes out looking good. So. It's been a lot of fun. We just did a shoot last week, and it was like the first shoot that we had done that was like real professional. Like, it was in a studio gallery, if you will. Prior to that, some of the other shoots that I've done with them, it's all been out on the course, you know, to where I'm in my element.
Right.
But yeah, this one last week I felt a little bit out of my element, but they made it work. We made it work. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
TJ just did some too for Chubby's.
I saw the commercial. Yeah. I saw that flaming red hair running down the hill immediately.
Yeah. To be honest, it never feels natural. I mean, at least for me, as another fellow non-professional model, it just when people tell you to do things and they're like, give us a little bit more of a smile, and then you do it and they're like, no, that's too much smile. And then you're like trying to find a weird balance, whereas like you can tell when a person is a model. And like they take those directions, and it's like boop boop, and they just go right to what they are, and they're like, and you can hear the photographer being like, "Yes, perfect, like exactly that. Don't move." Whereas like guys like us, who just people like us because we have unique looks, like myself and Rez, we're just kind of out there winging it.
Absolutely. I mean, I have zero modeling profession, so yeah, I definitely feel like a fish out of water when I do it. But like I said, they're very encouraging. They give me great direction. So yeah, they make it easy. It's a lot of fun too.
Well, speaking of looks, you kind of have a vintage 90s, 80s thing going on. Like, is that accurate? And how'd you get in there?
Absolutely. When I first started playing golf, which was 3 years ago, this summer hit the 3-year mark. I felt like my look was, I was trying to look like a tour player. You know, tight Lululemon pants or Viore pants, tight polyester shirt, and then just, you know, learning more about the game. You learn more about like the, you know, old school guys. and I just really dig that look from the 80s and 90s. So yeah, more fabric, little 100% cotton. I try to always veer towards that. So yeah, I definitely try to make that vintage golfer look come to play.
It just reminds me of my dad. He's got all of the same clothes, and his favorite golfer was Freddie Couples. So he always had the 80s baggy look going on. And
Yes.
I have some of those same clothes, like some hand-me-downs that I've worn in the past. The cotton is a tough move in the heat sometimes.
Really? You think so?
I think it's better for your skin, but sometimes it doesn't breathe. It feels like you're sweating inside a little bit more.
Okay, so this is my take. This like moisture wicking polyester that all these brands are using. Yeah, they do breathe well, but or I shouldn't even say breathe well. They dry well. So I find myself producing more sweat in those. Yes, I'm sweating in the cotton, but then once I sweat, then like your body kind of cools down, like that 100% cotton kind of uses that to cool yourself down. So yeah, I just find myself sweating less in 100% cotton than I do the poly blend.
And that's a perfect segue in today's sponsor, Chubby's, talking to us about their new performance polos. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, "Are we really doing Chubby's?"
No, but that would have been incredible if Rez was just on here talking about how much he does not really like performance fabric, and then I was like, "All right, surprise! I actually had Chubby's sponsor the entire episode. We're sending polos to everybody. All listeners are entered into a giveaway."
Yeah, no, I tried turning people to the 100% cotton, and I hit them with that kind of. And Google it, right? Google most breathable fabric out there. You're going to get cotton, you're going to get silk, and then you'll get like polyester down the line, and they all breathe well. I just find that cotton for me keeps my body the most regulated.
Without going too far down an apparel diatribe, this is must play. We will talk about the golf courses, I promise, folks. But
can anyone remember what the golf course was for this podcast?
We can just look at just look at the hat. It's Camelback. The biggest thing for guys, honestly, is that most guys just don't take care of their clothes, and something that is 100% cotton needs to be like cared for in terms of washing it properly, drying it properly, hanging it properly. And most guys are just like whatever wash cycle, whatever dry cycle. So polyester fabrics retain their colors pretty well and like won't bleed them up and won't shrink. So just like whatever does that and works the best is what people tend to lean to, because then they're like, oh, why would I ever? I've had friends before who've had issues with clothes, and I say, well, what do you do about, like, do you hang dry anything? And they're like, hang dry? Like, what are you talking about? Sean knows exactly who I'm talking about if he's listening. Hey, we're calling you out. I had this conversation with him, so it's not a surprise. But it's just for most guys, it's out of ease of use, really.
Right, and that's facts, because when I wash my vintage polos, I'm not throwing them in the dryer on high heat. I'll maybe throw them in there for a minute or two just to kind of get them warm, but then I'm laying them on my bed. I'm pressing them. I'm drying them, air drying. You got to preserve the goods,
Damn, committed. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's transition to the course. I'm going to flip over to you, TJ, because I was with you for your first time out here. What was your first impression?
Well, let's see. First impression, phenomenal practice facility. Jumps out right away. I won't go too far deep in that because we'll probably talk about it in the pros. Maybe one of the most eventful things I've ever seen happen on a golf course happened the day that Sean and I played it earlier this year. Was it Easter weekend? I believe it was Easter weekend.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because we were like, oh yeah, there's families together. And there was like a semi-younger couple with their kids. And then very clearly their grandparents pulled out to the driving range with them. And somehow, some way, the older gentleman who was driving the golf cart with his wife got his foot stuck on the gas pedal on the golf cart. And they drove it up, like hopped the curb at the range, drove it around 180 and hit like a trash can and then flipped the thing over onto its side.
Next to it.
Right next to us. As we were literally
He hit
coming
our cart.
off. He hit our cart. We were coming off the range to go start our round. And it threw me for a wild loop. Like, it took a good 3 holes for us to settle in.
Yeah.
But
he was okay.
How old was this gentleman?
So he was older. He had to have been in his like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
But him and his wife, who were both older, just laid on the ground the whole time. His leg was bleeding. She was on her back, flat on her back.
Oh, no.
And TJ ran to go get someone from the pro shop. And this is just a coincidence. I'm not complaining. My brand new Jones bag that I just got was on the back of TJ's cart, but it wasn't strapped in properly. And he took off and it fell and it ripped. And so the video we posted of me like getting a new Jones bag was because of this incident.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And like, I didn't even care. This guy, I just wanted to make sure he was okay. And so like, you know, I'm kind of making sure he's not bleeding too hard. And then like the woman's like, okay, but TJ comes back with people and finally like we're settling in or whatnot. And then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, your bag ripped. I'm like, no, I looked in the back.
My new
like,
bag.
First round.
I was about to call out Jones and be like, hey, Jones, come on, man.
No, they hooked it up.
They hooked it up.
Like, they, no questions asked, took care of Sean. Like, Jones, very stand-up bag company. And we're like, no, we're just going to ship you a brand new bag. Don't even worry about sending us back the old one.
Yeah. But thankfully the couple was fine. We heard from that.
Yeah.
And do you remember what the starter said, TJ?
No, what'd he say?
Starter's like looking at his watch like we're late. And we're like, we explained to him what just happened. And he's this old guy as well. And he's kind of like, yeah, you got to stay on your toes out there.
That might have been my uncle. My uncle is a starter out at Camelback. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very well could have been him.
Could have been.
Wow.
Could have been.
I will say when it comes to the course, unique layout, very thought-provoking on a lot of the holes, not just your straightforward, bomb and gouge type course. Like there's a lot in play to think about while you're out there. Not your traditional 9-hole loops. It is a out and back designed course where there is no loop at the turn to come back by the pro shop. I will say this day, we had played golf earlier that morning and the prior day, correct, Sean?
You had played earlier the prior day at Biltmore.
You're right. No. Yeah, I had played Biltmore, and then we had played Mountain Shadows that morning. This course has a wash that runs down the right side of the course the entire time. And if you hit a slice, like I hit, Rez doesn't hit a slice, I hit a slice, you find yourself in a lot of trouble when you play this golf course. A lot. I shot a 56 on the front at this golf course, and if I could have left at the turn, I probably would have left at the turn. That's how bad of a day I was having. And I kept my head down and was like, well, I'm not going to drive from the furthest point in the golf course all the way back. Like, I'm just going to play the holes to get back and just do what I do and just continue to hit driver, knowing eventually it's probably going to go in the direction that I want it to go. And then I shot a personal best 9 on the back. I shot a 40 on the back, which was like insane to go 56-40. Like, obviously hands down the biggest 9-hole swing I've ever seen on a card. And all because you kept driver in play. So it feels like it's a gettable course if you can just keep your drive safe, but I guess that's golf. Like, if I'm just describing golf. But it also, like, it feels like it's open too. Like, it's not, it's very like reminiscent of a lot of like somewhat of desert golf, but it feels a lot more open than that, where like you don't run into as many of the gravel, dirt-ish areas. There's more like rough or some kind of brush, and not just actual like rocks or like designated desert areas, I guess I would say.
Yeah. Rez, what about you? First impressions.
Yeah, definitely that last statement of it being somewhat desert layout, but without the desert elements. Like you said, you're not going to find yourself in a gravelly area with rocks around, and you're going to jack up your clubs. You're either in like someone's side yard that's like real thick grass, right? It's like people's back gates go out to the golf course, like their backyard is the golf course. So you're either in super tall brush, grass, rough, whatever you want to call it, or you're in the wash. And yeah, that wash, like TJ was saying, is prevalent the whole round. It just runs down the right side, splitting the course usually the entire time. And I've had my rounds out there where the fade was fading a little bit too much. But yeah, it's if you're able to, just like TJ was saying, if you can control your first shot off the tee, right, you can set yourself up for success. But I mean, that's golf in general. But yeah, it seems to me like everything almost kind of feeds towards that wash as well. So yeah, it's a fun course, but it's definitely challenging as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that I would say that I did not, on that back nine, I did not hit every fairway with my driver. But like, if you can keep it in play, it still offers up the opportunity that you're still going to have some good looks into the greens from there.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. As a lefty who plays a slight fade, this is a dream course because the trouble's on the right, and on the left it opens up for most part. So it's a completely different ballgame for me, where I'm not worried about the wash really ever. I'm only ever worried about like how far left is too far into like some of those between the path and the homes. Like, you know, but like I can usually punch out and find the ball versus you lose the ball in the wash.
Right. There's no finding it in that wash.
Yeah. What's your connection to the course? You said your uncle is a starter?
My uncle is a starter there. He's retired. So he just kind of did this to get out of the house. In fact,
free golf.
Free golf. I don't even think he works during the summer. He's like, nah, I'll be back during the peak season.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he works for free. I don't know how much he gets paid, but he comes home with buckets of balls. He's always given me brand new Pro V1s that he found in that wash. But yeah, him having that connection, working there, definitely I can get out there. I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but for $20, I just give the cart guys $20 and then the round's all mine.
It is no secret that if you know the right people at any golf course, the golf can either be relatively cheap all the way up to free. That is not an industry secret that we are leaking here on the podcast today.
No.
We're not exposing the biz.
We'll call it free with a $20 tip to the cart guys at the end of the
There you go.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yes.
Yeah. My first impression, I played this a long time ago. I did not play it before it became Camelback Ambiente, which I'll cover in my history. But when I did first play it, there's only so many courses in that little pocket of Central Scottsdale that you can play publicly that are like Camelback Ambiente. If you have Phoenician or you have some of the other courses that are on the mountain or around the mountain, you get a lot of that desert that comes into play. But at Ambiente and Padre, both courses there, it is very much more link style with a lot of grass, right? And if you think of other courses in that area that are link style with grass, they're not as nice as Camelback Ambiente. There are a lot of the courses that I don't prefer to go play if someone's playing. So that's where like I feel like this holds a special place somewhat, because it's one of the only courses that has that and is still elevated enough to provide a great golf experience. It's still very tough. It's a great course. We'll get into the pros and cons, but I do think it's a bit pricey for what it is. But we'll get into that. So all that to say is I was impressed the first time I came out here. It definitely felt different than the majority of the North Scottsdale courses that I grew up playing, for sure.
Most definitely. Yeah, I would agree with all that.
Should I jump into the history?
Dude, that's one of the things that intrigues me about Camelback, because I'm a hound when it comes to vintage golf, right?
Yeah.
And I always seem to be coming across vintage Camelback Golf Club stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just love the history. So yeah, let us have it.
Another vote for the history on this pod. There we go. All right. Before we get into history, we're going to hear more from our sponsor for today's episode, Clinch Golf.
This episode of Must Play is brought to you by Clinch Golf, a brand that we love and stand behind. Clinch Golf is reimagining the golf glove with cutting-edge performance materials that outlast and outperform leather gloves. Traditional gloves wear out fast, they lose their grip, and they can't handle the elements. Clinch's tactile gloves deliver all-season traction, they maintain their grip even when wet, and they're going to last twice as long. Plus, they're breathable, washable, and they're touchscreen friendly, so you can still check in on those parlays while you're out on the course. It's time to upgrade your golf game with the next generation of golf gloves. See the difference for yourself at clinchgolf.com and use promo code FAIRWAGERS for 10% off.
All right, let's dive into the history of Camelback Ambiente. So, look on a map for Camelback Ambiente, and you'll see the course slices diagonally through Scottsdale along a wash just north of Camelback and Mummy Mountain, the wash we talked about all through the intro of this pod. In the early days before Scottsdale was even an official city, this area was called the Slough by locals and was a low-lying, flood-prone tangle of desert brush and weeds. When it wasn't flooded by seasonal rains, it was actually a popular spot for hunting rabbits and quail. And the area of the wash east of the present-day course that is now El Dorado Park was nicknamed the Mesquites back in the day for its wild-growing plants, weeds, and trees, and legend has it that it was an out-of-the-way place for boys to, quote-unquote, settle their differences. So, as Scottsdale grew in size and population after World War II, annual flooding of the Indian Bend Wash became a nuisance for residents. Every monsoon or winter storm would bring rushing water through the area, and it would actually cut off access for people trying to go north or south across what was now a river for days. And I'm going to put a photo up in the edit here showing a brave old car trying to forge their way across this flood where the present-day Camelback course stands. You can kind of see in the distance the mountains. And, I mean, TJ, you and I growing up here, we saw this even after the Indian Bend Wash was created. It would flood like this, like, all the time.
And then the what is now Silverado used to be part of the same wash. And the first 3 jobs I ever had were at the pavilions on Indian Bend. And I remember every time it would rain, you'd see on the news somebody trying to cross the Indian Bend Wash before they put Silverado in there, and you could still cross it. Sorry, and it's not Indian Bend. It's like the next one down. I can't remember what it is between Indian Bend and McDonald. But you'd get people trying to forge that the back way to where their house is instead of going down to McDonald. And it was the same thing. Just cars get stuck every time because Arizonans don't know what to do when it rains.
Yep.
That was when it did rain in Arizona. It doesn't rain in Arizona anymore.
Let's shed a single tear for rain that actually entered the
good old days of Arizona getting rain.
Oh, man. Okay, so beginning in 1959, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was called in because of this problem, and they held public meetings to come up with a solution. And their answer was to build a miles-long, north-south concrete channel to contain these floodwaters. Although a concrete channel would actually probably work, it would also create a permanent visual blemish to an area that Scottsdale and its visitors found aesthetically pleasing. So, Scottsdale resident and professional landscape architect Bill Walton suggested an innovative Scottsdale-style solution to counter the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers' concrete channel concept. He proposed the city create a grass-lined system of parks and recreational facilities that would channel the floodwaters when necessary, but encourage landowners to build above the low-lying wash area. And Scottsdale loved the idea so much they appointed Walton to chair an Indian Bend Wash task force, and together they launched the Indian Bend Wash Greenbelt Flood Control Project. So in 1964, voters approved $1.5 million to develop the wash area and add parks, graded crossings, new home developments, and most importantly, new golf courses. Trivia time for the boys here. You guys can work together on this one, okay?
All right.
Can you name the 5 courses that opened as a result of the Indian Bend Wash Project before 1980? 5 courses.
So hold on. Do the Camelback courses count as 1 or 2?
As 1.
Okay. So there's that.
Camelback.
Does Stone Creek in PV count as 1?
Stone Creek opened in 1979, so yes, that does.
Okay. Silverado doesn't, because Silverado came way later.
Silverado was in 2000, so it did not come before 1980.
Right. Rez, help me, brother.
Dude, I'm racking my brain right now. I'm trying to think of courses that kind of run that area. You know, Mountain Shadows, I know, is pretty old, or it used to be called something else. Is that a part of it?
Yeah.
Not part of. Didn't open because of the wash. That's not part of it. No. Nope.
Okay.
If you think on a map, the wash goes pretty far down.
So. Continental. Coronado.
There we go. TJ,
and is more. It God? What's the one that used to be all the way south into Tempe? That is now that's now Schnepp Farms. What did it used to be? Is that the one that I'm talking
Farms
about?
Is in Queen Creek, so you're way off with Schnepp Farms.
Not Schnepp Farms. It's no, but there's the farm spot behind Big Surf.
So are you referring to Legacy or like what's the other one? Ravens there. That far
TJ,
south?
No, you're way too far south.
Okay.
We're in
TJ.
We're
the one
in
you're
like,
thinking of is not it.
No,
you're thinking of Cypress, and it's not Cypress.
No, I'm not thinking of Cypress, but
I'll give you a hint. The last one's close to Silverado.
Why am I drawing a massive blank on
it? Has two courses called Palm and Pine.
Oh, McCormick
Ranch.
I could see the sign, like off of Scottsdale, but I couldn't think of the course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So you play any of those courses, and you look at the pro shops, and they all have that like 70s feel to them.
For sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They all opened in that era. So you got McCormick in 72, Camelback in 72, Continental in 77, Stone Creek in 79. And Coronado was actually in 65. It was the first one built as a result of this wash. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Plays like
so yes. The approximately 250-acre Camelback Inn Golf Club was made as a result of this in 1972, and the original Padre course was constructed first. Then in 1978, expansion plans for a second golf course called the Indian Bend course were approved by the town of Paradise Valley. The Indian Bend course was a second 18, a Jack Snyder design that was a solid, if not particularly memorable layout that followed the Indian Bend wash in a basic out-and-back routing. In later years, the turf would actually become quite tired and generally suffered from a lack of attention. And Camelback was once the top upscale daily fee course for tourists and locals, but the 90s brought a slew of competition from the Troons, Greyhawks, and other courses that would start opening up in North Scottsdale and provided more wow factor. So Camelback's luster and popularity actually faded in the 90s. In 1998, the Padre course, then over 25 years old, was completely renovated as part of a $17 million project to redesign the course and construct a new 36,000 square foot clubhouse. This was funded by the JW Marriott, which had taken over the property and added it as one of their resort's amenities. Then in 2013, the property's 3-decade-old Indian Bend course underwent a major $10 million renovation by a guy named Jason Straka of Fry Environmental Golf Design, and he wanted to improve both playability and flooding, being a key element of this course. They knew in order to get this course to be in good shape and become more manageable, it had to figure out what to do about flooding that was coming still throughout the course, despite the whole Indian Bend Wash project. So it was extremely flat, and it meant it was harder to drain after big rains. Flat courses were also less fun, so there was plenty of work to do. They moved about 365,000 cubic yards of material, and they removed a lot from the water much of the course butts up against, and used that to raise parts of the layout, improving not only the fun factor, but the ability for it to now to start to drain. They also removed trees and added more native desert areas, and when it reopened, it was named Ambiente. Do one of you guys want to guess why it was called Ambiente, or translate that from Spanish for us? Especially you, Senor. Rez.
Where's my phone at? I don't know. What is it? Why and what does ambiente mean in Spanish?
Environment. So it was named that because they tried to basically live up to that name and involve native species and all kinds of stuff to make this more environmentally friendly. So living up to that name, Straka's new course design embodied many of those changes, including a reduction in turf grass, which saves millions of gallons of water annually, an installation of native Sonoran desert vegetation, the adoption of Operation Pollinator, which was an initiative that works with courses to create habitats for pollinators. And to enhance the visual appeal, Straka actually worked with the team at Marriott to formulate a number of designs that aim to add challenges to the course play and enhance the visual interest. one of these is right on the first hole. If you ever go decide between Ambiente and Padre and you choose Padre and you kind of tee off, but from the clubhouse or where you're about to go, you look down to your left and you see Ambiente.
Yeah.
There's no doubt Ambiente looks a little sexier. It's got that big bunker, the bluffs, and it's just like, ooh, maybe we should have played that course. That hole was part of the design to draw you in, essentially, and to give you that feel of links-style golf more than Padre does.
Right, because it's hole 1 for Ambiente, and it's hole 10 that's right next to Padre. Hole 10 is right next to hole 1 Ambiente.
Yeah.
Like you literally like kind of have to take cover
see it
when you're driving to hole 10 on Padre because Ambiente 1's right there. Ambiente 1 is tough, man. It's like
that's a tough hole.
You can't really hit driver there because it's like you hit it out straight too far. You're in the. Are we allowed to curse on this show?
Oh yes, okay. Absolutely.
You hit it too far straight, you're in the shit. And then if you come up, because it's a hard left, right? It's like the hole goes straight and then just hard left, and then the green's right here.
Yeah.
So maybe you being the lefty,
I like it.
Yeah, you can play.
Sean loves it.
That little raw fade of yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ambiente is definitely different, way more different than Padre.
Completely different. But we'll get into the pros and cons actually in just a moment. I have one more thing here to add, which if you've played Ambiente, maybe it's a subtle thing that I've never noticed until I did the history here. But they redesigned the hole so that each one has 5 distinct tee boxes, and the designs allow each tee to be positioned at an angle that helps to push errant golf balls towards the interior of the course and away from the yards of the homes. If you've been on this course, you'll see the homes are massive. There's some really nice homes on some of these courses, right? The tee boxes are all tilted in a little bit. So they don't want you trying to send ones parallel to the homes. Mm-hmm. So they kind of try and funnel you into the interior a little bit.
That's genius.
Yeah, and then the golf cart paths were reconfigured to place the rider away from the new and deeper main wash channel that we talked about that goes along the right. So you'll notice the cart path never really follows along the wash. It's always opposite the wash along the course.
It's just a terrible day if you slice the ball and it's cart path only. It is a long.
You got a lot of steps in that day.
Really, really getting your 10,000 in for sure, and then some.
Yes. So all in all, this course, it's a triumph of civil engineering. It's fun to play, no doubt. But we'll put it up to the must-play test to determine if it's a must when visiting the Scottsdale area. So why don't we kick off with you, Rez? What are some of the pros, the goods you have for the Ambiente course, covering anything?
Well, I think the challenge. I love challenging golf, right? I like to challenge myself. I like playing hard courses. And to me, there's really no tee shots that you can just hit it straight out. You've kind of got to play, you got to have a target, right? Because you hit it straight out, you can hit it straight out into the wash. You got to keep it more left. Most of the time it's just left. Yeah, very rarely do you got to hit it right. But yeah, I think that is one of the pros is that it's so challenging. It's not an easy layout. It's not crazy, but it is, you got to bring your A game to play well at Ambiente for sure.
And you want to come back and try and beat a score, right?
Absolutely. And the greens, like you said, Camelback itself takes really good care of their courses. So I have never played either Padre or Ambiente and been like, man, the greens are shit. Like they're always in great condition.
Mm-hmm. I have that in my pros. It's one of the best conditioned courses throughout the summer and even all the times of the year.
Yeah. So are we hitting pros right now? Or are we hitting just pros?
All of them.
Just pros? No cons
just
yet?
pros. Okay. No cons yet.
All right. I think the scenery, you have, it's not as scenic as like, say, the Phoenician. Like you're on Camelback Mountain on Phoenician.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you have beautiful views pretty much the whole round. You can see Camelback in the distance. The homes that you're playing around. One of the homes' backyard has a racetrack, like a go-kart racetrack in the back. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that.
I pointed it out to TJ.
We drove over to it to make sure that we saw it.
Right? Yeah, there's some money in that area for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say course conditions, scenic views. challenging golf. Those are some of my pros right now.
I like it. TJ?
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything Rez said. Like you get some pretty cool backdrops with the mountains. There's some pretty cool, like I know I took some videos while we were out there where you get some pretty nice natural shot tracers where you can see the ball flight across Camelback or Mummy Mountain the whole time, which is pretty cool. Like I touched on in first impressions, practice area checks like all the boxes, right? Grass range, free balls. That's always a huge plus. Always a huge plus. Love when I go to check in and I'm like, all right, tee time, cart fee, and a small bucket. And they're like, don't worry about the bucket. And I'm like, I already like you. It's a good start to my day. And yeah, chipping green's good. They've got like the big like push rake to try and group all the balls together for you. There's a bunker out there. And then like the putting green, and then they have the separate nice bigger putting green by the first tee. So like even if you're a little pressed for time, you can still toss down a few while you're over there waiting at the starter and roll a few and, you know, get some faux confidence into your brain before the round. Yeah. I also, I can't believe Rez didn't touch on it, but like the logo is an all-timer.
Yes.
Can you hold that up close so people can see?
Yeah, can you give me a real close one here for the people at home?
Yeah.
I'll give you a breakdown on this hat. So we have the iconic Camelback logo, the camel with the draped blanket over there with the C, right? The cool, not quite old English, but that font spelling Camelback. You have the classic rope for, you know, there's this iconic for golf hats. This is an Imperial, one of the game changers in golf hats back in the day.
It's the OG Imperial logo too.
Yeah, so I found this thrifting as I do. I think I was out in the Scottsdale area. There's this thrift shop that is, I can't remember the name of it, but it's all dedicated to like animal shelters. So everything that you buy, they donate to these animal shelters. And it being Scottsdale area, there happened to be some grandpa that dropped off this old hat there. So
it's a good hat.
In pristine condition, right? Number one.
I had to do my OCD cleaning on this. I
was going to say,
put this thing through the ringer, getting it clean and making it look crispy. But yeah, it came back to life for sure.
No, but major shout out to the team over there for sticking to the logo from the 70s and not doing the generalization in like sometime in the 2000s being like, oh, our logo's not modern enough, and then it becomes the rough outline of a camel and an updated sans serif font.
The Web 2.0ification of logos.
Exactly. Like they just said F it and they've stuck with it. And then what happens with that is that, as all design styles do, they come back around and it's cyclical. And, you know, now for sure, it's definitely cool again, right? Like we talk about it all the time where we love animated animal golf course logos. We love Wildwood being one of our favorite courses, and Huber the Yeti. This is another one that has essentially stood the test of time and did not need to be reinvented.
Does he have a name? Does the Camelback? Does the camel have a name? Do they?
Not that I found on my research, but I mean, maybe they call it something. You should ask your uncle.
Yeah.
Ask your uncle, or if anyone out here knows, drop it in the comments or shoot us a DM on Instagram. Like, let us know. Also, if there's any history that we ever get like incorrect, not trying to call Sean out, and Sean does a great job doing the history, but if there's any other nuggets that we did not uncover, or if you think that, hey, I actually know the real story behind that, let us know. We're willing to do an addendum here.
Surprisingly, everyone knows somebody at Augusta when we dropped the Masters stuff.
Oh my God.
Everyone was like, I know a guy. My neighbor said that they put ice on the azaleas.
Yeah.
There was a
Get
lot
out of here, pal.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, practice green, logo. Like I said, the course is a little thought-provoking because it's weird because I have written down thought-provoking course, but kind of open. Because it doesn't, like I said, you can go and like your ball might be in the wash and you might be able to find it, but like you're not going to be left with an easy shot in, but your ball's like findable. So you're not dropping and lying 3, you're hitting 2, but then you've got to think like, I'm like down in this wash. Do I just try and punch back up into the fairway? Do I try and run one at a green here? Like it gives you a lot of options in terms of playability. And there's definitely, after like, luckily I had Sean there with me who's played it before. And Sean's like, all right, here's like, there's always we talk about the lines and the lines that Sean sees versus the lines that I see on a golf course. And he's like, all right, ideally, like this is where I want to play this ball. But like knowing you and your game, that side of the fairway is dead. This side of the fairway is good. And that's all I need to pretty much know off the tee, right?
Well, the thought-provoking thing comes from, I think, 2 things. Bunker positioning. They have bunkers right where your ball's about to land on a lot of those holes. They just did a really good job of making you take driver out of your hand. I forget what hole it is on the back 9. I want to say it's 10 or 11.
It's 10. I knew you were going to say 10.
Yeah, where the bunker's just right there. And it's like, man, every time I've tried to carry that from the back tees, like I've just gone in that bunker, or maybe I caught hold of 1. But if I hit my 5-wood, I know I'll have an easy shot in. And then everyone stands up at the tee with a driver and you have a 5-wood in your hand. You're like, what am I doing? Like, I guess I'll go for it. And then you fall for it again. Like that happens all the time on that hole. And then the other thing too is, if you think about it, every hole, I'm pretty sure every hole, I can't think of one hole that doesn't do this, has a raised green. So every hole leads up to the green and then the green sits on top. It's not tabletop. It's not like where the ball always rolls off.
No, it's not a turtleback.
Right, but it's at least raised. And on some holes, it's raised even more than others. Just enough to where you're going to try and run a ball up. You're probably not going to get on. You're probably going to stop right before, or you're going to think you got to hit it a little harder and you're going to go over. It's always in that in-between zone, I feel like, on your approach shots.
The par threes are crazy like that.
Yeah.
All of the par threes felt like they were actually elevated on like somewhat turtlebacks, or like if it wasn't, it was like, oh, it's this insane 2-tiered green to where it's like, oh, if you put it down on like the other tier, like it's almost for sure a 3-putt.
I can't remember which hole it is. Is it 8 or 9 that's a par 3? And it's almost like where the wash kind of like ends and then you turn and go back the other way.
That's 12. 11 or 12.
Yeah. That par 3 gets me all the time. And that's definitely one of those greens where it's massive green and part of it is lower. And then normally where they put the flag is up higher on that second tier.
That's tough.
Is tough.
It's 11.
It's 11.
Yeah. Okay. It's 11.
Yeah, that was the one that I was thinking about, and I think the other one's like 15 or 16, where like the 11 I think has like 3 tiers, and is super elevated, and then 15's got that one that runs super off to the right.
That and the water's like, behind it. Yeah,
and the water's behind it. So you can't play dead, you can't play short. Like,
if the pin's ever on top, you're boned. You're like, there's nothing I can do. I thought I hit a perfect shot, and I still rolled all the way down. Other goods I have real quick that we didn't touch on, central to Scottsdale. Like if you're going to be playing in Scottsdale and you're coming on a trip, we've talked about where you're probably going to stay. You're probably going to stay in Old Town-ish or far north if that's what your goal is. But if you stay in Old Town because you want to play more than just Scottsdale courses, you want to go out to Tempe or Phoenix, this course is not far from Old Town. Like it's really easy to get to. You don't have to worry about going all the way up to like Boulders and making a day of the trip up to Troon or Boulders. Like you can play this course and go hit up restaurants or bars right after. Like it's not hard to get to, which is nice. Yep. And then always in great shape. I think Rez, you said it, but like this course, undoubtedly, I never have to worry about conditioning on the course. I know it's going to be in good shape. Any other pros before we switch over to cons?
I mean, very briefly, like the pro shop does a good job of using the logo and the word mark really well. They don't just hammer. They do a good job of having like, I won't say definitely an alternate, but not just saying like, okay, we're just going to put the camel and the traditional word mark on all of our merch and be done with it. They let it be interpreted a little bit, which generally tends to allow for some better merch for sure.
Yeah.
I'll touch on the practice facility. Like TJ was saying, they don't have mats. You're going to be hitting off grass. But then I also think the chipping area is big enough to where you can actually like let your hands go. You know, a lot of these places, like your chipping area is tiny, right? You're not really getting any sort of like full swings of trying to, you know, get the hands warmed up a little bit. So I think that's huge. Big pro of their training facility, their short game area.
That's a good call out. Yeah,
that is a good note.
I hate chipping greens where you're like, I could send this into everybody.
Right now. Exactly.
Yeah. All you can hit is like tiny little nippers and like bump and runs far away. Like every spot to chip from is within like 4 yards of the green itself.
Yeah.
No, they've got a big open area where you can really let it loose and not worry about killing somebody.
Yeah. All right, cons. I'll kick us off, but I want you to go after me, Rez, here. I'm going to start with the first one, which is the obvious one. It's pricey. During peak season, this course is easily over $300, and it's not one of the courses I would tell people is worth that rate. If they're coming out and I'm like, yeah, you've never played AZ golf or you want to like get that desert experience, you're coming from the Midwest, I'm sending them to probably one of the North Scottsdale courses for that rate versus Camelback. That's just the one thing that's like, even right now in the summer, tomorrow's 117 degrees. God help us all here in Phoenix. And the rate is, I think, $140 or something like that still for 117 degrees. That doesn't jive with me.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm playing Greyhawk tomorrow. North Scottsdale course, you know, premier course in Arizona. For I think $95, and it's early morning tee time because obviously the morning tee times are going to be more expensive. But little life hack: get on Golf Now, book that tee time that they've got. What is it? It's I can't remember what the rates they call, but it's like the best deal of the day. Hot deals.
A hot deal.
The hot deal on Golf Now. Book that tee time that nobody wants at 2:00 in the afternoon. Show up 3 hours early, check in, and they have no problem sending you out.
Yo,
that's really smart, dude.
That's a really smart move,
right? Because you're going out in those 140 price range tee times, right?
Yeah.
But you just paid for the $40 3:00 tee time. So it's definitely worth it. I did that 2 weeks ago. I played Padre though. I didn't play Ambiente.
But that's smart. I thought you were going to say your pro tip was the free $20 tip thing.
No.
I was like,
not that. I am a smart ass, but not that big a smart ass. Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think about that's funny because like the last time we played insanely hot weather, we played Rams Hill in Borrego, Sean, and you showed up 2 or 3 hours early and the guy was like, brother, you can go out whenever you want. Like
exactly.
It happens.
It works
okay.
out.
No.
My one more con I have here, no turn stand. So you just keep going after 9.
They do have the little shack at the pro shop, but yeah, you're definitely detouring to get back to the pro shop to get a snack at the turn, if you will.
Yeah, because there's that little no. I think Rez, I think you're thinking of Padre.
Padre goes by that. Ambiente does.
Ambiente just goes out and back.
Oh yeah,
there is a little shack out there that has bathrooms, but like Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. I know it wasn't open the day that we were out there, but do they not man it at all?
I don't even think it's a shack. It's just bathrooms. There's nothing out there.
Yeah, there's no food.
It's the cart girl.
Okay.
That's by that like almost drivable par 4.
Yeah, that's the one I hate. The one with the bunker placement. But it's just bathrooms. Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough break because, you know, if you're like I said, if you're having a bad front 9, you can't leave. Or you'd be, from quite the trek to leave. I know from experience. Yeah. And then plus you can't even like try and save it with a glizzy or anything. There's no
right.
You got to hope you packed enough Uncrustables for the group.
Uncrustable sponsor us,
please God. Please, I would forego any other free stuff from any other brands for an Uncrustable sponsorship.
My freezer is full of Uncrustables, but not because I have a Costco card like you do. It's because at my profession, I'm a firefighter, so we go to hospitals quite a bit, and they have what's called the EMS room. The EMS room at all these hospitals is full of Uncrustables. So I load my pockets up, bring those home, and they go straight in the golf bag whenever I have a round planned.
The only other man.
Say again?
Are you Phoenix Fire Department?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I like that.
So
the only other man I've seen consume as many Uncrustables as myself on a golf course is Rez.
Yeah.
Where he's got like he's always got 2 or 3 like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I ate like 3 on the front 9 that day.
At Seven Canyons, yeah, I think every time I look, it felt like every time I looked at you, you had another brand new Uncrustable.
Right. I definitely was like trying to ease my my high I had that day. I ate some mushrooms before that round, and I was like, man, these are really kicking in hard. So I was like, I'll just eat some Uncrustables. Maybe that'll help absorb them. But,
just peanut butter and jelly through the whole.
Yeah, it'll work out.
That shit'll fix anything, man.
Yeah. But no, I'm over the glizzy. I swear to God, anytime I eat a hot dog at the turn, I go and score a double. Like they do not help my game at all. It's possible all day.
I think the real problem, and we won't go full diatribe here. A hot dog, there's just too much going on to try and eat it while you're playing. I had the post the other day that got destroyed by the pace of play crowd about just, I don't need a 10-minute break. Like, I'm not tired after the front 9.
Right.
I just want to sit down and enjoy whatever food I ordered at the turn in peace. Nobody understood the idea that, if you just let the group behind you pass in front of you, then you just slide in behind them. And then the problem is that you now have 3 groups jammed into 2 groups tee times, and you're banking on that group in front of you now playing faster to get up into your slot, which will not always happen. So now you have, and then now I have the group behind me now just right on my ass, and I'm on the group in front of them's ass. It's like, dude, what people failed to understand was that if I just stop, if I'm allowed to have a 10-minute break, or there is a sign-up sheet, if I take my break or more other people take their breaks, if you want to be the guy who slides through, you still get to slide through. Like, you still get to just cruise because people have taken those breaks. Those tee times are open for you to just cruise. People fail to understand that. But a hot dog's just too much to eat. You're trying to dress it, eat it. Can you set it down? Do you just eat it in 2 bites?
No, yeah, you end up wolfing it down.
You wolf it down.
It just doesn't. It doesn't.
Have you seen?
I don't think a hot dog ever makes it past hole 10 for me. It's always
Oh no, it's like before we tee off on 10 is usually gone. Have you guys seen the way that golf is played, like in China? How like you finish your 9 and then you get like an hour break afterwards.
Take a full lunch break.
Yeah.
In Japan, in Korea, they do that.
I don't know if you would like that, TJ. Is that too much time, or like you're guaranteed an hour to enjoy yourself and then get back out there?
First and foremost, one, I am not here to disrespect anyone's culture. Again, I'm marrying into a Japanese family at the end of the month, so first and foremost, not here to disrespect anyone's culture. But I think, and it's tough because I definitely hear the party of, man, if I'm really in the groove and I'm feeling it, taking an hour break, like do I go back out and warm up again? Am I stiff? Like, especially if you're starting to get towards 40 and getting re-warmed up again is an actual process. To not pull something or hurt your back. Like, I understand that, but I mean, golf is about so much more than just the golf, right? It's about being out there with your boys. It's about enjoying nature. If you get that time, plus also if you get that hour booked in to hang out and have lunch with the boys, that's another like hour that you could be like, hey, gotta have lunch at the course. Like, it's gonna take 5 hours. We have to. It's customary to stop and eat lunch.
Normalize it.
It's a full day.
Yeah.
It's a full day in Japan. So I mean, I love that. I tend to, as a person who doesn't have any kids yet, I tend to make golf days full days anyway, with arriving early, staying after, having a beer. Speaking of staying after and having a beer, we'll jump back into the cons here. Terrible post-round vibes here. almost nowhere to sit and hang out. No great real view of anything. That turn stand is kind of just wedged in there underneath the pro shop, and there's a few tables outside of it, but it doesn't like really overlook any of the holes. Like it's
a snack shack in a corridor where you drive past to drop off your bag or finish your round. It's really weird. It's not a post scene.
What about the restaurant? Have you ever sat at the restaurant?
TJ hasn't.
Yeah.
No.
They have a little deck up there where you can like sit outside and look at, I believe it's hole 18 for Padre. And is it hole 18 for Ambiente too, or no? No, it's just Padre.
No, it's just Padre.
Yeah, it looks out over Padre right there with the water and whatnot.
Yeah. The problem with that one though is that I have played this course a lot, and there's probably a 1 in 4 chance there's a wedding.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of weddings at this course, and it's booked up. So like, there's nowhere to go. Yeah. But I have sat where you're talking about.
Yeah. The one time that I sat out on that deck and had lunch and some beers was when I played with my uncle. So maybe he was able to pull some strings. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it's not your most friendly type of environment to hang out with the boys and just drink some beers, you know?
Yeah. It's not readily advertised. Just in general, I think that I have that for this course is the no turn stand and the post round scene. It's just like for a resort course that you expect amenities with a resort course.
Yes.
This one feels more about the course than it does the amenities of any resort in Scottsdale. And it's not even attached to the resort. Like, to be honest, the hotel.
Oh yeah. It's so far away.
So far.
Yeah. It's like staking your flag somewhere across town and being like, that's our resort course.
Yeah. If you're driving down Lincoln to Mockingbird, you go past the Marriott and then you keep driving like a mile and take that left, and you're like, okay, the resort was way back that way, but at the golf course, So I was definitely like the first time I ever played, I was cruising down Lincoln, went by the Marriott at whatever light that is. I was like, is it here? And then my GPS kept having me go down to Mockingbird, and I definitely was kind of confused by that for sure.
Yeah. That resort opened in the 30s, by the way. It's a really old resort.
That's cool.
So this course came 40 years after, basically.
Yeah.
When it was
it definitely was an afterthought.
Yeah, it was an acquisition.
Have you guys done fair play on the Biltmore?
We just did the Adobe course with Alex from Babes Golf. Yeah.
Okay. That's right. You were out here and you played with Babes Golf, right, TJ?
Yeah. Sean was not.
Yeah.
I played both courses.
But he's played it,
Let's be honest. It's now Estates. It's not Adobe. Links.
It's Adobe in my heart forever.
Yeah. Links is where it's at. That course was way more fun.
Than
the Estates.
Yeah, for sure. I almost played Links last weekend, but I read that the greens got tore up recently. Like,
really?
It's not in great shape right now.
We ran a call because my fire station is over in that area, that Biltmore area, and it was like those townhomes on that par 3. I want to say it's hole 3. Because hole 1 is a par 4, hole 2 is a par 5. Yeah, it's hole 3 right next to these townhomes. And I went over there and I was kind of looking at it, and sprinklers were going. I wasn't on the green, but I could see it. It looked like it was in pretty good shape.
Okay.
But yeah, that is Biltmore is infamous for neglecting links and taking care of estates way better than they do, or they should. So
you ever want to go play Links? I'll go play Links. I'm
a fan of I love Links. That is one of
I do too.
It's super close to me too. Links, Lookout Mountain. I mean, I'll be honest. If I have the choice to play Ambiente or Padre, I choose Padre all day.
Really? That's a hot take.
Yeah, that's one of since we're on cons.
Yeah,
I'm choosing
Explain that.
Padre. I think Padre. Okay, let me start with Ambiente cons. To me, Ambiente is very repetitive. Like we were talking about a lot of the par 3s. A lot of the par 3s to me all seem the same. A lot of the par 5s all seem the same. It's like very, there is elevation change, but it's more so on the fairways of just kind of like rolling hills. You have this wash on the right-hand side constantly, where to me, Ambiente just gets repetitive. It feels like I'm, and then on the other side, Padre, I feel like you kind of get a more of a resort style golf course with a little taste of that Ambiente brings. So I just feel like there's a little bit more, different types of golf on Padre than there is Ambiente.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to play Gainey Ranch? Have you ever got
No,
to play there?
I have not played Gainey Ranch. No.
It very much reminds you of Gainey, but a public version of Gainey, where it's like that. Yeah, you're like, it's corridors between homes with trees and a lot of overhangs, but the holes are unique, like you said, on Padre.
Right.
And there's there's both dogleg rights and lefts on Padre, whereas Ambiente is more straight, narrow, like for the most part.
Absolutely. Yeah. So is Gainey private?
Gainey's private, yeah. I've been lucky enough to go play in the summer when Jesse gets an invitation and a +1, so I go out there every once in a while.
Heck
yeah. It's fun. But I know what you're saying about Padre. Because of the price, I actually play Padre more than I play Ambiente.
Yeah, which is crazy. How can you golf courses across Arizona, how are you going to price one course more? Like, they're both your courses. How are you going to price one more expensive than the other? I don't understand that at all. Like, are you putting more water on Ambiente, so you need to get more bang for your buck over there, or you need to collect from that course? So yeah, right. I mean, regardless of price, I'm playing. That's a plus, but Padre, in my opinion, is more fun than Ambiente.
It's like a $40 difference sometimes between the courses too.
That's insane.
So,
sticking on cons. Playing in peak season at Ambiente. The only reason why I know is because my uncle will be working, and I'll go to Golf Now. I'll look at the tee sheet and see what times are available that I can squeeze in, right? Yeah. And I see these prices, and it's no cheaper than $250. It's like $200 to like $250 to like $350, to which is just absolutely absurd in my opinion.
Yeah. And there's a lot of bachelor parties out at this course during peak season.
That's
too.
Absolutely.
So that was another thing that, like, I know I had my limited experience when you and I played that one day, but also I'll usually poke around into some other people's reviews on Golf Now and Google and whatnot to kind of look to see if my experience was a unique experience or if it is the common experience amongst everybody. And right there, along with bachelor parties on golf courses, comes slow pace of play.
100%.
And we were definitely like jammed up behind. I think we got jammed up behind like a twosome that was jammed up behind a foursome when you and I played, Sean, that day. And it was brutal. Like, it was we almost I think we purposely stopped to when we went to the bathroom at 9 and purposely took our time because we were we're just right on these guys' heels every single time. And that seemed to be the sentiment when I looked online, was that a lot of people are like, hey, there's a real pace of play problem out here, which tends to happen a lot at resort courses. You do get a lot of people who are out of towners, who are just out there having a good time playing a golf round and don't care how long the round takes. But I understand, when you're local and you're having to fork out that cash during peak season, you also don't want to spend, all day out there.
Right.
Yeah. With real quick note, I once played as a single on Ambiente, found a hot deal actually, and didn't go 3 hours early. Unfortunately, that's such a smart move. I'm going to remember that. But I got stuck behind a bunch of guys because they sent me out as a single. They were like, "Oh yeah, there's this gap, so go ahead and play." Well, I knew I was going to run up on a group, right? And I did by hole 3. I just waited and played 2 balls. So I was like, I'm having fun. I'm not in a rush. But at some point, I was driving me nuts. And so on hole 11 or 12, whatever that first par 4 is after that par 3, so I think it's 12.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be that guy. Do you guys mind if I play through real quick? And they're like, no, of course, go ahead. And, talk about pressure on a tee shot. Is there any more pressure than when you ask to play through?
Not at all. A lot of
they're all standing around.
I'll hit that shot and I'll know it's shit, and I'll just keep going. I'll skip the hole. Sometimes I'll just completely skip the hole and save my dignity for the next one.
Yeah, it's like the heartbeat, effect on video game. And I just remember I striped it like it was one of my best drives. I had not been playing great actually that day. That was probably one of my best drives. And of course, I had to play it off like I've been hitting that all day. And thanks, fellas. And they're all like, shit.
Coolest dude on the golf course right there. Baddest dude on the golf course right there.
Yeah. A quick tee pickup on a playthrough just feels great. You don't even have to look to see where the ball goes because you can just walk right back to the cart and just drive out right to it.
Just a quick look at them, like, thanks, guys. Oh yeah.
Do you know who has one of the best tee pickups? By the way, I hate that I'm admitting this, is Mike Dresser. So
does he?
If he hits one, stripes it, he'll pick the tee up before it even lands. He'll turn back and go, "Tell me if it's any good," and he'll walk to the cart.
Oh my god,
such a move!
Wow.
He does it in a match. He's like trying to get in your head.
Yeah. Whatever, Mike.
So good. It's so good. All right. With that, let's get into the must-play test. But before we do, let's hear again from our sponsor for today, Clinch Golf. TJ, I want to talk to you about our sponsor for today's episode, Clinch Golf. I've been using their glove for about 6 months now in the Arizona heat. It's still holding up. I put it in the bag, I pull it out, and it looks just like it did when I threw it in, unlike other gloves, which are all crinkled. It has some of the best grip on the clubs that I've ever felt, and I'm honestly very impressed. I know it has something to do with how they make the glove. Maybe you could talk a little bit more about the one that you have.
Yeah, I mean, I know that people think like a non-leather golf glove, hard pass. But like, let's think about this. What used to always be leather in the game of golf? The grips. What is no one using anymore? Leather golf grips. They've been replaced with more synthetic or rubber materials that enhance the grip, that feel a lot better. Why would you not think about doing the exact same thing with your gloves? And like these gloves, they're reinforcing the palm, so they're not going to tear in that spot where almost every golf glove has ever torn across the entirety of time. And they may have accidentally created the best, worst business model ever where we're not looking to replace these gloves for over 6 months. So if you're someone who wants to see the difference and upgrade your golf game, you're going to want to visit clinchgolf.com and use promo code FAIRWAGERS to get 10% off today.
All right, let's get into the must-play test. TJ and I have devised an objective test here of 10 questions to determine if a course is a must-play. The course must score a 6 out of 10 to be up for debate or get a 7 out of 10 or higher to automatically earn our coveted must-play status. So, question 1, the Augusta test. Is this course easy to get a tee time on? Does it have a straightforward booking process, and are there times available the week of your intended play? TJ, you want to kick us off? Or actually, Rez, you probably play here more.
You guys are the experts here.
I mean, I'm going to be a little, my opinion is going to be a little different because I'm out there just waiting for open spaces where my uncle can get me out for free, but I'm going to say no because this place, for some reason, is as expensive as it is. For the most part, like tee times are pretty booked up. Most of the first half a day, even into the late afternoons when the weather's good here. So no, that's a nay for me.
I'm going to disagree only because I am on Golf Now daydreaming every once in a while. And I will say weekends are tough to get on this course.
Sure.
Weekdays, if you work from home or you can sneak out, this course is usually available to go play the same day. I can find a tee time at Padre Ambiente. I just have to pony up the money, which I don't want to do, which comes to the next question.
Right.
But 5 out of the 7 days, I can almost always find a tee time same day at Ambiente.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because I think people don't want to pay that rate on a Tuesday. On a weekend, they're willing to pay it, but on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, they're not. So
that's
I
fair.
will humbly disagree.
That's fair. I would say, yeah.
We have TJ tiebreaker.
I think I might have jumped the gun on that a little bit. I stand corrected. Yeah, I mean, weekday warrior, yeah, you're going to be able to get out. Weekday warriors, no. So yeah,
it is tough on the weekends.
Yeah.
As the tie break here, I was only really considering either of your opinions in this, and Rez led off with, I'm not a good, I don't have a good frame of reference here because of how he usually gets out on the course. And then Sean referenced almost exactly what you want to hear, like for the definition of this question, right? Tough to book out on the weekends and easy to get out on the weekdays, but we know that most people are playing out on the weekends. So, and then Rez came around. So we're going to fail it.
So it's a pass? Or are you failing?
You just failed it.
No, it's...
Yeah, why are you failing it after that explanation?
Hold on. Sorry.
We're on Augusta test here. Is it easy?
Okay, but if we're going majority of golfers, most golfers are weekend golfers.
Yeah, this is
Right?
tough. It's
So-
tough because, yeah, like what do we always try and balance it on?
Well, like
Here's the other thing. You can also book this course out way in advance. Like I looked last night.
Yeah.
You can book it out into like mid-October right now, which is like crazy to think that like they're like, oh yeah, like most courses I know. I mean, obviously California is different. California's got like 30-day windows, and it feels like Arizona has like 60 and 90.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Sean? You said you passed it?
I'm passing it for sure. Yeah.
I think we can pass it, also knowing that it's going to definitely fail the next question.
For example, two guys,
Yeah.
two players want to get on tomorrow. You have 20 tee times to choose from, ranging from 6:30 in the morning till 3 p.m.
Mind you, folks, it's Wednesday today, so tomorrow's Thursday. And
Well,
And
I'm
what's
saying,
the high?
like, a
What's the high
weekday.
tomorrow?
150.
117 degrees.
So,
Oh,
Let's go.
I mean,
Let's go Saturday.
yeah. What about Saturday morning?
Saturday has 20 times between 9 o'clock and noon.
getting out at 9
4
o'clock is not a good time to get out right now. I mean,
No, it's summer.
it's summer. It's going to be the sun's up by 5 a.m., so it's hot
Yeah.
by 6 a.m.
I think when we're constantly in search of a course that is a must play, a really good course can pass both the Augusta and the bang for your buck test. But generally, when most of the courses fall into where we want them to kind of fall, if you pass one, you fail the other, and it's vice versa, right? So I think if we jump a little bit ahead here, Sean,
Yeah.
question 2, the bang for your buck test.
Yep.
What's the definition?
Is this golf course worth the rate you pay? Do you feel like it's a good value during peak season?
It's going to be a fail from us.
It's a
So
fail
then
for me on that.
we can retroactively pass the Augusta test, knowing
Yes.
that we have now failed the bang for your buck. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I can sleep well at night.
Yeah, it all worked
So-
out. It all worked
Yeah.
out.
Okay, so we are 1 for 2. Let's skip ahead. We are 1 for 2. Question 3, the Iverson test. Does this course have good practice facilities? Would you spend time warming up here or just head for the bar before the round?
Oh,
You talk about practice?
yeah.
Not a game.
Not again.
Yes. But I'm going to
Most
say
definitely.
right now, I don't need a driving range to warm up. All I want to do when I warm up now is chip and putt. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't like taking big hacks on the range. I feel like it does nothing for my game to where I get the hands warmed up, get the mitts softened up a little bit,
Yeah.
and
soft hands.
roll some putts, get a feel for how the greens are rolling, and then just raw dog it on hole 1.
You know what? I think that changes, though, that scenario, is if we lived in a cold place.
Oh,
Like,
for
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to go out stiff and cold
Yeah,
and go swing a club. But here in Arizona, you're loose already. You're
For
just
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the same as you, Rez. Like recently, I haven't been warming up at all. I just go
No.
putt or chip, and then
Yeah.
I go. And some of my best opening holes will be because of that.
and
Versus the winter, I definitely need to probably swing a few.
don't get me wrong, I beat the hell out of my body the past 37 years. So every morning I wake up and I hit my foam roller. So I get the body moving.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm just rolling out of bed and then showing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely believe in warming up the body a little bit. But yeah, taking a bunch of hacks on the range just doesn't
Yeah.
make the game no good.
That's the Diaz warm-up method right there, TJ.
Dude, I yearn for a day where I feel confident enough in my golf swing to step up on a first tee and swing freely. I just probably have not hit enough golf balls in my life yet to where I have that confidence. I think also, like, chances are if I'm playing golf that week, I have also not gone to the range that week. Like, my allotted like golf time for that week is the round. And I also talked about how I like to make golf a full experience, right? So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to get there early. I'm probably going to have a bite to eat. I'll make sure I use the restroom, get everything situated, get cart laid out, sometimes a cart cam, sometimes recording equipment, whatnot. So hitting balls is included in that. So, I'm a stickler.
So this place has an opportunity for you to do all of that, is what we're saying. This is
100%. Yeah, it was a pass. In the longest way possible. It's definitely a pass.
Yeah.
Sounds like a weekend warrior.
Definitely. That's what I'm talking about. That. Yeah, talking about that tee time.
Yeah, man. Soak it in, right?
Yeah. 7 hours? It's 7 hours for a round of golf, right? That's what I tell everyone.
Right.
All right, we're 2 for 3 here.
Pass on the facility.
2 for 3. Okay, question 4, the Jonesy test. Could you see yourself spending $100 on merch in their pro shop? Do they have a logo or apparel worth wearing? My man thrifts for this hat. I mean, that's a strong vote.
Again, I'm going to be biased on my situation. I rarely buy new hats. Because I know I can go find a vintage one that's way cooler. But put that aside, their logo is one of the coolest logos in the Arizona golf scene. So I give them a pass for sure.
And their pro shop has a lot of good options. Like, I know TJ and I were looking around when we were in there together, but in the past I have bought ball markers from here. I've bought a towel from here, and this is like one of the few places I have bought those things from. I don't think you bought a ball marker from here, did you, TJ?
I did.
You did? Okay.
If we play a course and I'm fairly certain we're going to do must play on it, I buy a ball marker from it.
You buy a ball marker?
I've got a few missing that I did not know that before we started doing the podcast that I need to go back and recollect upon. But yeah, I picked one up then. So
okay,
and yeah,
this one's a pass. This one's a pass for me. How about you?
100%. I gorged over the logo earlier. Props to these guys for sticking it out and not bastardizing a camel into, some rough outline of the mountain, and then turning that into Camelback. They stuck with a nice animated cartoon camel from the 70s and the original font. And it has paid dividends that now it is a sick logo that looks good in current times and is still vintage at the same time.
Yeah.
Bingo.
There you go. All right. Strong start here. 3 for 4. Question 5, the buzzworthy test. Are there multiple holes worth talking about? Does this course have more than one hole that a group would immediately want to go play again? Who would like to go?
I'm gonna let
I can lead. In my brain, 10 obviously sticks out as what is almost a drivable par 4, depending upon what tees you're playing from that day and what you hit the big stick like. That hole is one of those ones where you hit driver and you end up in the bunker and you go, man, I really wish I would have played a 5-wood there that day or laid up with an iron. Or you do hit driver really well and you're like, hell yeah, dude, I would love to go back and play that driver or play that hole again and hit driver maybe even further, maybe even drive the green, really step on one.
Right.
But I do somewhat, man, it's tough because like Rez said, some of those par 3s feel really close together. But then there's some really cool holes with like really nice backdrops, but I don't think that makes the hole all that much better.
No,
it really doesn't.
There's no iconic hole.
There's really, that's what I was going to say, is there's really no like signature hole for this course, let alone 2 or 3 that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're leaning towards no.
I think I got to fail it.
Yeah.
I think I got to fail it. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
I'm a fail, and I all the same reasons. I mean, it's just as a collection, it's a fun challenge. Like you said, it's a tough course. But if I was going to go say, okay, pick the best first hole in Scottsdale, now go pick the best second hole in Scottsdale, and it could come from any course. I don't think any of the 18 holes would come from this course. I don't see it.
Yeah, that's I don't know. The only hole that stands out to me on Ambiente is hole 1.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
do want
only
one back.
one that I can like really like, think about how I can play this hole.
Yeah. Can you cut the corner? Do you
Right.
right?
Is it the 7 wood? Is it the 5 wood?
Yeah.
Is it an iron off the tee shot? To where I feel like if I built a course out of all the Scottsdale courses and I had to use one hole from Ambiente, it would be hole 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair against my argument, but this definition is more than one hole that a group would want to go play again, or more than one buzzworthy hole.
No.
And we're saying
No, yeah. So we're gonna fail this one for sure.
How about we do another pod in the future, TJ, with Rez, where we construct the ultimate Scottsdale golf course, and we pick a hole from each.
That might be. I haven't played enough, but I will mediate.
We can do that.
Yeah, and the only time he comes to Arizona is when it's peak season and the rates are out of this world.
I
mean, he put in his time. He used to live here. And
I did my dues. It's just
did your time.
I did my time. Why would I? Who wants to leave San Diego?
Yeah, he's doing that San Diego living. I don't blame you. I'm just jealous.
I am too. All the
Especially right now. Right now is very much sad boy season in Arizona for sure.
Yes.
Granted, Sean, it hasn't been that bad this summer until like August rolled around.
July was actually not bad this year.
July was amazing.
Yeah. All relative. People would hear what we said the temps were and still say, oh my God.
Yeah.
But for us, July was way better than 2024.
For sure.
Okay.
Okay, but we're 3 for 5 here. So question 6, the Glizzy test. Does this course have good food at the turn? Are you eating here or packing your own Uncrustables?
Uncrustables.
You have to.
Yeah.
You don't even have you don't even have a choice. You have to pack your own Uncrustables. I mean, I think the cart girl did have some sandwiches in the cart. She had a turkey sandwich and probably like a BLT or whatever, like stuff that sits refrigerated pretty well. But I think, as anyone can attest, a sandwich out of the cart from the cart girl is usually not the best sandwich you've ever had in your life. You haven't really been yearning for it. So,
or the hot dogs. I remember I got a hot dog from the cart girl.
What?
Ambiente. Yeah, she had some in her little thing, and it was, as you can probably predict, disgusting, soggy bread. The wheat was all had like the pruny effect, like your fingers get in the pool. Yeah, so it was not an enticing looking hot dog by any means.
If you sell hot dogs on a cart, are you still a cart girl, or are you a hot dog vendor that just happens to sell other stuff?
Yeah, mobile hot dog cart.
Yeah.
But it's a fail, it sounds like, from all of us on this.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, some adversity here. 3 for 6. It's got to pass 3 of the next 4 questions here to be up for debate. Question 7, the Marshall test. Does this course have a decent pace of play? Can you rely on a relatively quick round here if you have somewhere to be after? We touched on this earlier about the bachelor parties and slower play as a con. We did say that.
Right.
If I'm playing back,
I would say peak season, no. But that's a lot of the case for all of these courses in Arizona. Arizona is a destination golf to where people, make trips out here for golf. So the golf courses are going to jump on that and put tee times every 7 to 10 minutes. Like some of these courses are absurd with their time frame that they're booking these tee times. Pace of play during that type of during that season is dog shit trash, as I like to refer to things. But
let's see what their tee times are spaced out at. They have 10-minute intervals on their tee times here.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Here's the other thing, right? We could talk about peak season, and that's expected, right? But then we talk about this Saturday, where the tee sheet's clearly full up until 9 a.m. So when everybody wants to play. when you have this wash that runs through most of the course, and we can confidently say that most golfers move the ball left to right or just right. What's going to end up happening is that when the course is full, you're going to get people down in the wash trying to find their ball. So inherently, the more people that you have looking for balls, we can all say we know what we feel like 3 minutes looks like. Ask our significant others if they actually know what 3 minutes feels like. And they're not, and we're taking way longer to look for 3 minutes. So it actually works in the other direction. In this instance, I guess. But we would that's where things start to actually jam up. Is somebody going down, looking for a ball, not knowing where it's at, then playing a drop from down there, maybe hitting another one back into the wash, or hitting one and then it's kind of blind because you're down in the wash. I think it's always a problem, just due to the nature of the kind of layout of the course. And that people are going to inherently want to go look for the ball down there because you can go down there. So that just naturally will create a backup. So it's a fail for me.
Okay. It's interesting in terms of other courses that I think of in this, call it Central Valley area, like Papago, right? We'll cover that eventually on this pod, but that's one of the worst paces of play of any course where you get guys bunched up at certain holes no matter what. And then there's courses that are like Talking Stick, not too far away, that gets a lot of bachelor parties, a lot of groups, and it's somewhat slow. But it's not because of the layout. It's just because of the clientele, the people who go. This course feels like it has a bit of both, where there are some holes that naturally are going to get bunched up on, like that par 3 when you make the turn to come back the other way.
Yeah.
That's one of the holes that always I've never played that when it's our turn to play. We've always been backed up on that. And then on top of that, you get people who are coming from Old Town and stuff like that. So I think it's a fail as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's 3 fails.
Yeah.
Crazy to think that a course without a turn stand fails this test.
I know.
Also crazy to say we failed a Marshall test with a guest who has a Marshall relationship.
Hey, I know my uncle, and I know his buddies that are also marshals out there, and they're not taking their job that seriously. I'll just put it.
No. Okay, so we're 3 for 7 here. Question 8, the high handicapper test. Would a mid to high handicapper enjoy this course in typical conditions? Is it fair to all handicaps, and are the greens or pin positions fair?
No, I'm going to say no, because when most people first start golfing or their handicap is higher, they struggle with. Most golfers are right-handed. Most golfers hit that slice, and you're just what Tito was saying. You're in the wash, and now you're looking for your ball. It's going to be tough. It's going to slow down pace. It's it's not for high handicappers, in my opinion.
I would say also on top of that, I agree with you. An indictment on this course would be I would take the high handicapper to Padre first.
100%.
I'd be like, go play Padre, get your feet under you and feel more confident, and then let's go play Ambiente the next day if we're staying somewhere around there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. TJ?
Yeah. I mean, like I talked about when we talked about first impressions, I shot a 56 on the front. We could talk about the 40, but that was the kind of, in my case, the stars aligning, right? Everything went right for once in my book to shoot a 40 on the back nine. But the front nine was, Sean, you were in the cart with me that day. I was miserable. Like, it was like, even if I tried to take a 5-iron off the tee, I was still finding myself like in weird problems. And it's just one of those ones that like the wash is weird because it gives you that weird hope that you might go down there and find the ball. And then you get down there and you don't find the ball. And then you're pissed because you didn't find it. And then you've got to drop 3 and then try and like move to a next shot mentality within like 30 seconds. And that's really hard to do as well, because you're still pissed off about the ramifications from the old shot. So, yeah, I had this one down as, like, it was kind of a toss-up, but now that I've, like, fully thought about it, I'm like, yeah, it just compounds too much. It ends up being a fail. You're going to get boned out there for most amateur golfers.
Okay, 3 for 8. It's officially not a must-play, but let's see.
Yeah, I can't win.
Let's see if it can get up to 5 at least. Question 9, the vibes test. Is this course worth staying at post round? Do they have a good restaurant or patio scene? Oh, brother.
I think we covered this one a little earlier in the
We
pod.
did too. Yeah.
no!
Should we
This
just
is a fail
should
for
we
me.
just speed this up and just all go thumbs down right away?
Yeah, we could speed it up.
I mean,
Let's go. Question 10 here. The dime a dozen. Is it unique to the area, or could you get this golf experience somewhere else on your trip or visit? I will pass it on this one.
Me too.
I
I
will
think-
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're all passing it.
I mean,
sounds
just
like.
your history that you gave us about it being ambiente and environmentally, sustainable to the area or whatever. I'm with that. I dig that, and it's on par. Yeah, no pun intended.
And it's got Mummy Mountain and Camelback right behind it, and it's got the
Yeah.
view, and it's central, and
It's a beautiful
so
course. It's a beautiful course.
Yeah, even though we're scoring this a 4 out of 10,
Yeah.
which I did not expect going into this,
Mm-mm.
I would still play this over Silverado, Continental, Coronado,
Yes.
McCormick.
Yeah.
All the other courses we talked about, I would still say, yeah, go play Ambiente.
You don't like
because it's
McCormick?
I do like McCormick, but I think this is, objectively a better course than
Yeah.
McCormick.
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we
McCormick
talked about the
was a very
conditions.
successful place.
Conditions wise, like
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna get the best conditions out of all those courses in that Scottsdale area.
Yeah.
At Camelback.
Yeah. So are we saying 4 out of 10?
It's a pass on the dime a dozen. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's a unique experience in the area, but
I think this is the lowest score on the pod so far. For
I
Camelback.
mean, I hate to say it, but I kind of saw this coming.
Yeah, when you look at the rubric.
I mean, it has its pros. It has 4 pros out of 10, or passes.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's not my favorite Scottsdale course. I'll just put it that way.
If we were going to have you come back on the pod, which I very much want to do, what course do you think would score really high on this test, on all 10?
Ooh,
What's a course you would love to kind of, champion on the pod?
I'd be down to do some of my favorite courses here in my hood, right? That
Yeah.
take me 20 minutes to get to, 15 minutes to get to. I would do the Point Lookout Mountain. Lookout's
Yeah.
a great course. And then the course we talked about earlier, the Links at Biltmore.
At Biltmore?
Yeah. I think that would be a good one and would score pretty high on this.
Cool.
Yeah.
I also want to do Raven and Legacy eventually on this pod too.
Okay.
So we'll have to
All right.
cover those. But
I have
Yeah.
counter opinions on both of those.
yeah.
I like one and I can't stand the other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll keep that a secret.
don't tell us which. We'll keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to keep it a secret.
All right. Well, Camelback, you're 4 out of 10. As always, we recommend people go play and form their own opinion, but hopefully this podcast was enlightening to kind of give you an expectation about what you'll face when you go. But Rez, I want to ask about you. So anything you want to kind of promote before we go, or anything coming up that you've got? Any more modeling maybe, perhaps?
Hey, yeah, I appreciate it. I technically work for Devereaux. I don't know. I'm an ambassador for them. So
Yeah.
that does include, getting paid. So if you go and get on Devereaux and you use my code Senor15, I get 10% of that sale. So
Oh, yeah.
by all means, go buy it up. Senor15.
What a great code.
Yeah.
Also, Devereaux more than just clothes too. Head
Yes.
covers, hats, towels, great
Accessories.
stuff.
Yeah.
Accessories.
All the accessories. T-shirt. The clothing that they do are T-shirts, shorts, and polos, pretty much. And then all the accessories, hats, head covers, tons of head covers.
Yeah.
And then what I love about them is they continue to pump stuff out. They do all kinds of different lines, different themes, and they're just grinding over there. Love those guys. Shout out to Bert and Will. Shout out to Chinos, Cody, and my guy Jordy. Those guys are great.
Have
Nice.
you gotten the chance to work with Andrew Paulson yet? Have you met Andrew?
I don't think so. Who's he with?
He just came over from Linksol.
Oh yeah. He was at the photo shoot. Yes, I met Andrew for the first time the other day, last week.
Yeah, we played with him. Was that the first time we played Goat, Sean?
Yeah, him and AZ.
We played with him and AZ before AZ came on and did Goat with us, and we met him, and he was at Linksol at the time, and then I saw that he was moving to Arizona and going to Devereaux, and I was like, that's a good get for them. I was like,
I didn't know he moved out here. Oh,
yeah, he moved. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, they let me know they got a new designer, like a lead designer, and he came over from what was it called, True Links or something like that. Linksol.
He was on Linksol. Yeah.
Linksol. Yeah. So I met Andrew just last week. First time meeting him. Good guy.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Love how interconnected it like weirdly feels in the like, Southern California, Arizona golf world. That it's like, you know.
Also, Andrew's a great shit talker.
Oh my gosh.
Go play around with him.
Yeah,
get out on the course with him.
I didn't get a lot of his personality because it was, just that first formal meeting, But seeing him and interacting with some of the other guys at Devereaux, you could definitely see that there was some poking fun, shit for sure.
He's fun.
Yeah. An all-time shit talker for sure.
Well, Rez, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. This is a lot of fun. For everyone who stuck around the entire episode, thank you. If you don't already, please make sure to subscribe to Must Play wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us 5 stars. It helps out a ton. You can also watch the video version of these over on YouTube by searching for Fair Wagers or Must Play. And we drop occasional matches and non-podcast content over there as well. So TJ, Rez, thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure having you both on.
Thank you guys so much for having me out. I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Had a great time.
All right, we'll see you next time.